Hey ladies, welcome back to the channel. Certain family will resent you for walking away and choosing yourself. A lot of our families are stuck in the positions they're in because they chose to keep harmful people around just for the sake of saying, I have family around me. Just to be able to say that they can go somewhere for Thanksgiving and celebrate. I notice a pattern where a lot of the family members who are not happy with where they are but won't do anything about it tend to stay in the same toxic environments and tend to keep the same toxic people around them. And then when you finally decide, you know what, I don't want to repeat any of these harmful cycles. Being around you people is actually bad for my health. I'm unhappy. None of you know how to treat me or talk to me well. What am I doing here? And then you either decide to get up gracefully and exit, or you just, go no contact and you just kind of dip. But I noticed that these people in your family who were benefiting from you having a low self-esteem, not knowing yourself, not having any true confidence, benefiting from having you in their proximity, they will be very, very, very irritated and upset with you when you decide to pull back your energy, and when you decide to take back your energy and your presence from these people. I talked about this in a previous video, but a lot of people need proximity in order to bully you, in order to make you feel small, make you feel inadequate, make you second guess yourself. They don't like you but want you around. I wonder why. They need access in order to have their master plans play out. And this does not exclude family. Family are some of the biggest culprits of this. They want you around, they want you in their spaces, they want you to be present and in their face so they can pick you apart and bully you and mistreat you and laugh at you and just ultimately take you down so many notches. And the only way you can combat that is by removing yourself. I was doing, an audit of my life and just seeing, by the grace of God, how far I've come. And I look back at some of the family members who I left behind in my hometown and some of the people who, don't really talk to me anymore for whatever reason. And I'm looking at their situation and I'm saying to myself, wow, a lot of you stayed around family who are the reason why you don't have a husband today, who are the reason why you're still stuck in that house or in that apartment, struggling, who are the reason why you're stuck raising someone else's kids. I just look back and I'm just like, a lot of this pain is self-inflicted. A lot of it is self-inflicted because why are you choosing to keep people around who have proven to not be good for you just so that you can say you have family? And I don't know if this is an island thing, a Caribbean thing, because, immigrant people, when they come here, they latch on to the people they came with. They latch on. Family means a lot more when you immigrate to another country, So maybe that's what it is. But I just don't get why there's so much heaviness around staying connected to people just because they're family. I remember when I was going through my woes with my mother and I was getting ready to leave my home. I remember my great aunt, she was very helpful and wanted me to get out of the toxic situation, but she would always try to bring it back to, well, that's still your mom, that's still your family, that's still your brother, that's still your this, that's still your that. And it's just well, how can you in one instance sympathize and empathize with the pain I'm going through? You're validating me and telling me, yes, you're being abused. Yes, that's a narcissist. Yes, that's not fair. Yes, you're in an unhealthy environment. But at the same time, you're also trying to remind me and somehow encourage me to keep my family around because they're my family. Why is that an excuse that we are using as a pass? I feel like a lot of people give family passes because they're blood. That doesn't mean anything. I literally have an aunt that slept with my great aunt's husband years ago, and she still hangs around her. My great aunt still hangs around my aunt, even though she broke up her marriage and she wrecked her home. You know what I mean? You still keep her around and she literally destroyed your marriage. Why are we so forgiving and accepting of family doing horrible things to us and then looking around 10, 15, 20 years later and wondering why we're still running in place, why we can't see our way, why there's no blessings coming in, or when something comes in, it's falling through our hands, it's slipping through our fingers. And then the cherry on the top for me is, Y'all mad at me because I said no more, because I'm deciding that that cycle or that norm that you guys are trying to normalize ends with me? How are you mad because I notice what's going on here and I choose to not partake? We have aunts messing with aunts' baby daddies and aunts' husbands. We got cousins, going behind cousins' backs and sleeping with their men and talking bad about people and stealing people money and all these things that are very messy and toxic. It's like we have been conditioned to accept these things from our family because they're family. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. And then especially if you're like the Beyonce of your family, so you're stunning, right? And maybe you have a lot going for yourself, like your career is booming. Maybe you have a business. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you just have a great personality and you're going places. You're moving on up. You have upward mobility mindset, right? You're going to very much irritate your family that feels like, well, who do you think you are? Why do you think you're better than us? Where do you think you're going? And it's like they don't think for a second to think like, damn, maybe we're toxic and unhealthy, and maybe this dynamic is not healthy for a person who wants more for their life to be in. So maybe I need to just keep my comments to myself and let this person do what they need to do if it means that their life will become better. It's like misery loves company. They don't want you to divest yourself from the family unit, because then it's going to just shed more light on the dysfunction. It's going to shed more light on the toxicity. It's going to shed more light on what they're lacking spiritually, emotionally. You still fraternize with the toxic family members in your family unit and wonder why you can't make or keep money, why you can't find a good man or keep your husband, right? Because you have a bunch of Jezebel spirits and jealous women around you. Why there's always something sad happening to you, or why you're always overweight or going through some type of hardship. Nothing seems to be going right. You have to evaluate the company that you're keeping. You have to evaluate the company that you're keeping. You can't care so deeply about, oh, well, blood has to stick with blood. We have to stick together. You can't care so much about that when your blood is trying to ruin your life. Your blood is sabotaging your marriages. Your blood is stealing money from you. Your blood is gossiping about you with other cousins, aunts, grandmothers, mommies, daddies, sisters. What do you expect? Do you really expect to see any type of amazing, life-changing events happen if you are staying around negative vibes and negative people who are going to keep you down? Nothing will change. Then they want to be mad at you when you want to move away from that. Like when you notice the nonsense and you want to distance yourself, you're choosing to not have them in your business anymore. You don't bring your partner around them. You don't tell them your business like that. You don't share everything. You're not always in their face. It's like they get irritated with you because it's like, oh, who does she think she is? She's stuck up. She's stush. She's Hollywood. I'll be Hollywood if it means that my life is still intact and it's forward moving and progressing. I'll be all of those things. I don't give a damn about a title. Like I said in my previous video, I am approaching 30 in 2 years. I do not care about these names that people like to put on you and project onto you because you're not following their rules or because you're not falling in line with how they want you to move. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And if that makes me a weirdo, if that makes me stush, if that makes me stuck up, if that makes me Hollywood, if that makes me all of those things, I will gladly wear that title if that means that my life continues to stay as amazing as it is right now. And I stay away from you, because if I bring you into my inner corner, if I bring you into my circle, if I bring you into what I have going on, my life will literally implode. It will literally implode. And it's sad because usually people like us who finally have to learn these lessons the hard way and we have to make these really tough decisions to distance ourselves and divest ourselves from our families, we were once upon a time very family-oriented people. Once upon a time, we included our family in all things that we had going on. We told them everything that we had going on. We kept them in the loop about every single thing in our life. We trusted them, we relied on them, we brought other people into the fold around them, thinking that we can trust them. And they disappoint us over and over and over again. So what do we look like staying in that type of situation and thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to still have upward mobility even though this person is actively coming after my marriage. Oh, I'm going to make lots of money even though this person is stealing from me and wishing death on me and, gossiping about my job and hoping that I get fired. Why would you ever think that your life would go anywhere when you keep the cancer in your camp? You're keeping the sickness and the illness close to you. So it's never going to evade you because you feel like you need it. And you've grown an attachment to it. And you've grown a dependency on it, a codependency, if you will. Because both parties are codependent on each other for survival and to feel a sense of home and camaraderie. But it's fake because everyone's gossiping, everyone's stealing from each other, everyone's trying to take each other's man, everyone's doing all this stuff. And that's what we're supposed to call family and value and hold near and dear to our hearts? Yeah, I'm sorry, no. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know if you've ever had to walk away from your toxic family. And let me know if they've ever resented you for choosing yourself. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.